Yo, that episode, oh my, the Kamehameha, like, 3 shot, when you just saw the screen shoot it 3 different times, I'm like, yo, my mind just like, poof, was just right there, just blew up, because it was such a hype moment. Oh my god, this episode was good. Oh my. Whew. Okay, I know some are probably going to have a problem with this episode because of, Kefla and all that and the power, but you know what? Just screw that for now, okay? Just screw that for now. Can we all just take a moment to just look at how amazing this episode looked, but also how just great the fighting and action was? Oh my god, like, when you saw Goku sitting there going up against Kefla, and she just shoots her, ki blast out, and he just dodges, like, this man just, like, flips, dude, he just flips, and he spins around, puts the Kamehameha at her face, and just obliterates her. I'm like, yo, like, that was some straight hype, dude, that was legit hype, when you just see him charging, and he's just jumping around from place to place, platform to platform, dodging the incoming ki blaster, lasers just gonna slice him in half if he gets hit. It was just an epic moment, especially when he was dodging literally by a hair. Like, you see this man dodge, and you see his hair just get, like, burnt a little bit at the tip. You're like, oh, man, that's ridiculous. You get hit by that, it's over. It's GG. And I just, like, man, that brought out my inner, like, Dragon Ball Kid era, like, fanboyness right there. Like, I was like, oh, man, I feel like I'm a kid again, sitting down watching a new Dragon Ball episode. When I saw that moment, I'm like, Goku's just sitting here charging his ki. And I'm like, oh. Okay. I'm sorry. I just got really excited. I just finished the episode, and it just put a smile on my face. It was a fantastic episode. I mean, it had its problems, but it was fantastic. So, let's talk about the problems before I get into the good stuff, okay? Because I need to get that out of the way, because I don't want to be negative at the end of the video. So, anyways, the problem I see many are going to have with this week's episode is Kefla going so far in. Like, her power is ridiculous. Like, it's explained in this episode when she achieved Super Saiyan 2 and all that, but right before she achieved it, she was at the level of the Spirit Bomb that Goku was fighting Jiren with. When, Jiren was fighting Goku, apparently she was at that level, at the strength of the Spirit Bomb, and so that's what caused Goku to go back into Ultra Instinct, which in turn showed what level she was at, which is ridiculous, but then she went Super Saiyan 2, and she just started going ham. Like, she wasn't able to actually hurt Goku because Ultra Instinct OP, but even then, though, she was incredibly strong, and I could see many having problems with this episode because of that. It's been a big topic of debate since, Kefla, Khalifa, and, Kel and all that. Just ever since their introduction, it's been a big debate in, the Dragon Ball community, and I could see that being another big massive debate, or a big topic of this episode because of that. And I will admit, when it comes to power scaling in Dragon Ball, it can get a little bit wonky. It does. It gets wonky, but you cannot tell me, okay, regardless of the wonky power levels and stuff, you cannot tell me that this episode was not epic. Like, it was legit just hype. It was literal hype. It was like, regardless of how you feel about power scaling and all that, it was just a fantastic episode. In terms of the fight and the way it looked and all that, it was fantastic. Just seeing Goku going in and all that, dodging the attacks. Like, he was just sitting there dodging Kefla like it was nothing. Like, you see this man just dodging, sidestepping on like this. This man just disrespecting her so much. Just disrespecting that fusion. But then I did like the little added addition to where apparently he couldn't do damage to her. So, let's get into that. So, Ultra Instinct. We get to see what Goku has mastered and what he has not mastered, and that is offensive Ultra Instinct. So, I'm just going to take an educated guess here, okay? I'm guessing. Now, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to happen, but I'm very crafty. I'm going to assume that Vegeta is going to learn Ultra Instinct on the offensive side. Like, Vegeta is going to obtain an offensive aspect of Ultra Instinct to where he can go in and fight without thinking, but when it comes to defensive play, like what Goku's doing in this episode, he's probably going to be bad at it, which would also be really cool because that would mean that there is a fury, or a foreshadowing moment for this to happen. Because remember what, we said that if Goku and Vegeta were to combine their strength, they would be unstoppable. They would beat Lord Beerus. They would take him down. And this would make perfect sense if this was the truth. For instance, if Goku only knew how to be defensive Ultra Instinct while Vegeta knew offensive, and if they were to fuse together, that means they would have perfected Ultra Instinct, because one knew, offensive, and one knew offensive and defensive, and that right there would make it very interesting. They would both, fix their flaws with Ultra Instinct and be able to go in, which in turn could be used to take out Jiren. Possibility there. So, like I said, just take an educated guess. I'm going to assume Vegeta, if he does unlock it in the Tournament of Power, it's going to be the exact opposite of Goku's, and he's just going to be able to fight, but when it comes to defense, he's going to get completely wrecked or something. So, yeah, I just wanted to point out, that might be what's going on here, since Vegeta is trying to learn it in this episode. He's going to be trying to figure out how to do it, and he remembers what, we said. He had a flashback, which I like that. I mean, even though majority of the community already knows how, Ultra Instinct works or what it is and all that, I'm glad to see clarification in canon by Vegeta himself what it actually is. So that's just very nice to see. But anyways, though, let's get back into the fight. So, Goku, there is a weakness now. We now know that Goku is not perfect when it comes to Ultra Instinct. He cannot necessarily fight back that well. When it comes to defense, for instance, dodging and all that, he's good at it. But when it comes to fighting and going in and all that, he thinks about his move, which in turn weakens the power of Ultra Instinct, and he can't really use it that well. So he needs to master that. That's his flaw. So we could say right now, Goku's at probably 50% mastered of Ultra Instinct. Like, if we had to say 100% is a complete mastery of it, he's at 50%. That's where he's at right now. And so he has complete mastery over defensive style, but offensive, complete failure at. He can't really do it. And the only reason why he was able to defeat, Kefla in this episode was because he was able to charge his ki, thanks to his defensive style. Number one is that when you charge a ki, you just concentrate on one point, you're charging and all that, and he just has to play defensive while he's doing it. He could just charge the, Kamehameha as long as he wants, and he could just sit there and play defensive, and then he could launch it all at once. Now, obviously, this tactic might not work now anymore, which was stated at the end of the episode, because now that everybody saw it, they'll know for a fact that Goku, when he's doing something like that, he's just going in for a big attack that's going to finish everything, and in turn, though, if they see him doing that, they need to end it real quick or wait till right before he strikes and then just get rid of the blast, because Goku still, when it comes to attacking, he's not the best at it, and when it comes to Ultra Instinct, so that's his fatal flaw. So it's not going to work against Jiren, obviously. But at the same time, though, it was just really epic, just seeing Goku figure out some way to overcome that flaw that he had when it came to using Ultra Instinct in this week's episode. So, speaking of Jiren got up. He got interested. He got interested in Goku, so we might be having a potential round 2 very soon. Looking forward to that. I am. I'm looking forward. We know it's going to happen. Unless, Goku gets knocked off and Vegeta has to step up to the plate or Frieza, which would be epic. It would be legit epic. Or Jiren wins and wishes everybody back. Now that would be unexpected. I would actually really love it if Toei did that type of style. Jiren just beats everyone, destroys everything, and then when the Dragon Balls come, he wishes all the universes back, but Jiren is still number 1. That would just be epic if that happened. But, getting off of that, though, I just want to say that this episode, man, oh man, did Toei Animation do a good job. They did a fantastic job with how they handled this. I feel like there's minor problems, but it's nothing too bad that relatively ruins the episode. So, besides that, let's just say that, Kefla, she's been defeated. She's, out. She's gone now. She's out of the ring, so Kel and Kefla, they're both gone, so that means there's only 2 namekians that are, still on the stage of Tournament of Power. That means that they're basically done. Universe 6 is GG, unless they fuse. Now, if those 2 namekians fused, and going by how Universe 6 is actually apparently a lot more powerful than the base states of Universe 7, if those 2 were to fuse, if we think about, the jump of power level with Piccolo when he fused with Kami, then most likely, if those 2 namekians were to fuse, they might be a problem. I mean, if it's staying consistent with how the Namekian fusion was from, Dragon Ball Z. Because remember the power jump. Piccolo, he was fighting Frieza's second form and all that, okay? By himself when he fused with Nell. And that was a big jump, actually. Just jumping up to Frieza's second form, manhandling the man. And then he was kind of able to hold his own against Frieza's third form, but Frieza still had the advantage. But then fourth form, it was nothing. And so, once he fused with Kami, when he was already fused with Nell, he jumped up into a level above Super Saiyan. So, that right there just shows that Namekian fusions are pretty crazy. And if we look at the power level, probably, of these two individuals, they're fighting Piccolo, which is extremely strong, and also, Gohan, potential unleashed, or, his hidden potential unlocked, then we could assume that these two individuals are very strong, and there'd probably, be a big problem if they were to fuse together. So anyways, besides that being said, though, let's talk about the next week's episode. So apparently we're going to be getting an Android episode. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Android episodes. They're probably my favorite aspect of Dragon Ball Z. I love the androids, especially, like I've said already many times, I love the History of Trunks movie. It's probably my favorite movie of Dragon Ball Z, just because of how dark and grim it was. It's just completely different from everything else we've seen from Dragon Ball Z, and which makes me really love Android 18 and 17. And seeing these two fight together is something I've been looking forward to since the Tournament of Power started, and so next week's episode is going to be focusing on them. However, there's a little bit of unfortunate news. They're going to be fighting Universe 2, and the Love Universe, and I'm like, oh, I don't really care about I don't even care to pronounce her name right, or even care to remember. It's like Ribrane, or Ribane, or how you pronounce her name. I don't even care about her. She's just so irrelevant and so annoying. Why hasn't she been knocked out yet? Like, Vegeta, why couldn't you have knocked her out? Like, why couldn't you have knocked her out of the ring? Like, Jiren, why couldn't you have, knocked her out of the ring yourself? I mean, seriously. Just like, she's still around, and apparently she's going to be getting another fusion next week, so yeah, this trend keeps happening. We're going to definitely get a Namekian fusion, and then Goku and Vegeta are definitely going to fuse together, which in turn would mean they would have a mastered, Ultra Instinct, and they will go up against, Jiren. So that's probably what's going to happen. But for right now, though, Goku is out of energy, so I wonder who's going to be, giving him energy while he's just sitting there, burdened right now, can't even do anything at all. But I want to end it there. I mean, it was a great episode overall. I think many can agree it was a good episode. It had its problems, but it was a fantastic episode when it came to the action, to the art and animation, to the setup. It was great. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please leave a like. Love you guys. Please be safe. Chibi out.